What's up everyone, it's Saws here. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Today we're diving deep into the world of OSINT, that's open source intelligence. And I'm hyped to break down the top 7 websites every aspiring hacker, tech enthusiast, or honestly anyone curious about online security should have on their radar in 2025. We're talking about tools so powerful they can potentially unlock a treasure trove of information, all just waiting to be pieced together. Now before we jump in, just a quick disclaimer, this video is purely for educational purposes. We're all about responsible use of information here, so please, use these tools ethically and legally. With great power comes great responsibility, right? So, if you're ready to uncover the secrets hidden in plain sight, let's get started. I've got a lineup of OSINT websites that'll blow your mind. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. First up we have the OG of OSINT resources, the one that's basically a Swiss Army knife for any aspiring cyber detective. OSINT Framework. Think of it like this. You walk into a massive library, but instead of books, it's packed with every OSINT tool imaginable, neatly organized by category. Need to track down someone's social media presence? Boom, OSINT Framework's got you covered. Want to analyze malware or delve into dark web investigations? It's all there, folks. And the best part is, OSINT Framework isn't just a static list. It's a constantly evolving platform with new tools and resources being added all the time. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your OSINT journey, this website is like having a personal mentor guiding you through the vast world of open source intelligence. But here's the thing about OSINT Framework that really sets it apart. It's not just about the tools themselves, it's about the community behind it. This platform thrives on collaboration, with researchers and enthusiasts from around the globe sharing their knowledge, tips, and even creating custom tools specifically for the OSINT Framework community. So, how do you actually use this digital treasure chest of information? Well, it's surprisingly intuitive. The website's layout is clean and user-friendly, making it easy to navigate through the different categories and subcategories of tools. Let's say you're trying to track down an email address associated with a particular username. You'd simply head over to the username check category and browse through the available tools. Each tool listed on OSINT Framework comes with a brief description of its functionality, along with links to the tool's website or GitHub repository. This allows you to quickly assess whether a particular tool is right for your needs before diving deeper. And if you're ever unsure about how to use a specific tool, don't worry. The OSINT Framework community is incredibly active and helpful, with forums and chat groups dedicated to answering questions and providing guidance. OSINT Framework is the ultimate starting point for anyone looking to explore the world of open source intelligence. It's a testament to the power of community-driven knowledge sharing, and its impact on the cybersecurity landscape is undeniable. Shodan is a search engine for internet-connected devices, including webcams, servers, and IoT devices. Key features of Shodan: find vulnerable devices exposed online, track open ports and services, real-time monitoring of networks. A website that's earned a bit of a legendary status in the cybersecurity world. You see, while Google lets you search for websites, Shodan takes a different approach. It's like the Google for devices. And I'm not just talking laptops and smartphones. Think bigger, way bigger. We're talking about everything connected to the internet, from traffic lights and security cameras to industrial control systems, and even, believe it or not, refrigerators. Shodan essentially rips off the digital curtain, giving you a glimpse into the often overlooked world of the Internet of Things. But here's where things get really interesting, and potentially a little unnerving. Shodan doesn't just tell you what devices are out there. It can also reveal if those devices have any security vulnerabilities. Imagine being able to see which webcams in your city are using default passwords, or which industrial control systems are exposed to the open internet. It's powerful stuff. Now before you start thinking Shodan is some kind of hacker's paradise used for nefarious purposes, let me clarify. While it's true that Shodan can be used by hackers to identify potential targets, it's also an incredibly valuable tool for security researchers, ethical hackers, and even businesses themselves. Think of it like a digital security audit tool. For example, let's say you're a security consultant hired to assess a company's network. Shodan can help you identify any devices connected to their network that might be misconfigured or running outdated software, making them vulnerable to attack. By using Shodan, you're essentially helping companies find and fix their security flaws before someone else exploits them. But Shodan's capabilities go beyond just identifying vulnerabilities. It can also be used for competitive intelligence, market research, and even academic research. For instance, a researcher studying the adoption of smart home devices could use Shodan to see the geographical distribution of these devices, providing valuable insights into market trends. So, how do you actually use this powerful tool? Well, Shodan's interface is surprisingly user-friendly, even for beginners. You can search using keywords, IP addresses, host names, or even specific ports. Once you've entered your search query, Shodan will return a list of results, each representing a device that matches your criteria. From there, you can click on a specific device to learn more about it, including its IP address, location, the software it's running, and any open ports it might have. You can even see historical data for that device, allowing you to track changes in its configuration over time. Shodan is a powerful tool, and like any powerful tool, it's important to use it responsibly and ethically. But in the right hands, it can be an invaluable asset for anyone looking to understand the security landscape of the Internet of Things. Alright, let's shift gears a bit and talk about a website that's all about you, or more specifically, your online accounts. Have I been Pwned, or HIBP for short, is like your personal data breach watchdog, keeping an eye out for any signs that your precious login credentials might have fallen into the wrong hands. We've all been there, right? You get that sinking feeling in your stomach when you hear about yet another massive data breach, wondering if this time your email address or password was caught in the crossfire. Well, HIBP takes the guesswork out of the equation. It's incredibly simple to use. You just head over to the website, type in your email address or phone number, and bam, HIBP will scan its massive database of billions of leaked records to see if your information has been compromised in any known data breaches. If you're lucky, you'll be greeted with a reassuring green banner that says, "Good news, no PWNage found." But if HIBP does find your information in its database, it will show you exactly which breaches your data was involved in, what kind of information was leaked, and even provide some helpful advice on what steps you should take to mitigate the damage. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so my email was in a data breach a few years ago. What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. Many people use the same password across multiple online accounts. So, if your email and password were compromised in a data breach, hackers could potentially use that information to try and access your other accounts like your online banking, social media, or even your work email. HIBP helps you stay ahead of the game by alerting you to any potential risks, allowing you to take action before any real damage is done. It's like having a personal security guard for your digital life. But HIP doesn't stop there. It also offers a feature called Pwned passwords, where you can check if a particular password you're using or thinking of using has been exposed in any known data breaches. This is incredibly useful for ensuring that you're not using a password that's already been compromised millions of times over. And if you want to take your online security to the next level, HIBP also offers a notification service. By signing up for notifications, you'll be alerted if your email address or phone number appears in any future data breaches. That way, you'll be the first to know if your information is ever at risk. Have I Been Pwned is an essential tool for anyone who cares about their online privacy and security. It's a stark reminder of the importance of strong passwords, two-factor authentication, and being vigilant about the websites and services we trust with our personal information. Now let's dive into the world of link analysis and data visualization with Maltego, a tool that's as close as you can get to being a real-life digital detective. Imagine this, you have a puzzle, but instead of cardboard pieces, you have bits of information scattered across the internet, IP addresses, email addresses, social media profiles, domain names. Maltego is like that magical puzzle-solving table that pulls all those pieces together, revealing the hidden connections and patterns you wouldn't have seen otherwise. It's all about taking those seemingly unrelated pieces of data and transforming them into a visual web of relationships, making it easier to understand complex networks and identify key players. Let's say you're investigating a phishing campaign. You have a suspicious email address, but that's all you've got. With Maltego, you can plug that email address in and watch as it unravels an entire network of connected domains, IP addresses, and even potentially linked social media accounts associated with the phishing operation. But Maltego's capabilities extend far beyond just cybersecurity investigations. It's used by journalists, financial analysts, law enforcement agencies, and even marketers to conduct investigations, map out networks, and gain a deeper understanding of complex data sets. For example, a journalist investigating a corruption scandal could use Maltego to map out the relationships between politicians, businesses, and other key individuals, uncovering potential conflicts of interest or hidden financial ties. So how does this powerful tool actually work? Well, Maltego uses a concept called transforms. These transforms are essentially plugins that query different data sources, like public databases, social media platforms, and even commercial intelligence providers, to gather information related to your target. Once Maltego has gathered the data, it presents it in a visual graph where each node represents an entity, like a person, organization, or website, and the lines connecting those nodes represent the relationships between them. This visual representation makes it incredibly easy to spot patterns, identify key players, and uncover hidden connections that would have been nearly impossible to see by simply looking at raw data. Maltego is a powerful tool, and it does come with a bit of a learning curve. But trust me, once you get the hang of it, it's like having a superpower that allows you to see the invisible connections in the digital world. Alright, remember Shodan from earlier? Well, meet Censys, its equally impressive cousin with a knack for uncovering even more details about the devices that make up the internet. While Shodan is great for quick scans and identifying potential vulnerabilities, Censys takes a deeper approach, providing a more comprehensive and detailed analysis of internet-connected devices. Think of it like this. Shodan gives you a quick glance at a device's outward appearance, while Censys takes you on a guided tour of its inner workings. Censys accomplishes this by collecting and analyzing massive amounts of data from various sources, including its own scans of the entire IPv4 address space. This allows Censys to build a detailed fingerprint of each device it encounters, capturing information about its operating system, open ports, running services, installed software, and even the certificates it's using. But Censys's true power lies in its ability to analyze and make sense of this vast amount of data. It uses sophisticated algorithms and machine learning techniques to identify patterns, anomalies, and potential security risks that might go unnoticed by human analysts. For example, Censys can identify devices that are running outdated software versions, misconfigured services, or using weak encryption protocols, making them prime targets for attackers. And it's not just about finding vulnerabilities. Censys can also be used for a wide range of security research purposes, such as identifying devices that are part of a botnet, tracking the spread of malware, monitoring changes in internet infrastructure, discovering new attack vectors, and analyzing the impact of security patches. So, how do you actually use Censys to delve into the depths of the internet? Well, like Shodan, Censys offers a web-based interface that allows you to search for specific devices or networks using various criteria such as IP addresses, host names, ports, protocols, and even certificate fingerprints. Once you've entered your search query, Censys will return a list of results, each representing a device or network that matches your criteria. From there, you can drill down into each result to view a wealth of information, including basic device information like IP address, host name, operating system, open ports and running services, installed software and versions, certificates and encryption protocols, and historical data and scan results. Censys also provides a powerful query language that allows you to create complex searches and filter results based on specific criteria. This makes it an incredibly versatile tool for security researchers and analysts who need to slice and dice data to find the information they're looking for. With its comprehensive data collection, advanced analysis capabilities, and user-friendly interface, Censys is an indispensable tool for anyone serious about understanding the security landscape of the internet. Hold on tight because we're about to unleash the power of automation in the world of OSINT with SpiderFoot, a tool that's like having your own personal team of digital investigators working tirelessly behind the scenes. Remember how we talked about the time-consuming nature of OSINT investigations, manually piecing together information from various sources? Well, SpiderFoot is here to change the game by automating a large chunk of that process. It's essentially an open-source intelligence automation tool that takes a target, be it an IP address, domain name, email address, or even a username, and scours over 100 public and private data sources to build a comprehensive profile. Think of it like this. You give SpiderFoot a starting point, and it spins a web of interconnected data points, revealing hidden connections and insights you might have missed otherwise. But SpiderFoot doesn't just gather data, it also analyzes it, identifies patterns and presents the findings in an easy-to-understand format. It's like having a data analyst and a private investigator rolled into one powerful tool. So, how does SpiderFoot actually work its magic? Well, it all starts with a target. Once you feed SpiderFoot a target, it uses a combination of techniques, including DNS enumeration to discover subdomains and other DNS records associated with a domain name, IP address analysis to identify websites and other services hosted on a particular IP address, email address analysis to uncover social media profiles, online accounts, and other information associated with an email address, and username analysis to find accounts with the same username across multiple social media platforms and websites. It also performs social media analysis, mapping out connections between social media accounts, identifying influencers, and analyzing sentiment. As SpiderFoot gathers data, it starts to build a graph, visually representing the connections between different entities. This graph can be incredibly helpful in identifying patterns, uncovering hidden relationships, and understanding the bigger picture. For example, SpiderFoot might uncover that a particular email address is associated with multiple social media accounts, some of which are using fake names or stolen profile pictures. This could indicate that the email address is being used for malicious purposes, such as phishing or spam, but SpiderFoot's capabilities don't stop there. It also offers a range of features that make it an incredibly powerful tool for OSINT investigations, such as data visualization, customizable scans, automated reporting, and integration with other tools like Maltego and VirusTotal. Whether you're a security researcher, a journalist, a law enforcement officer, or just someone who wants to learn more about OSINT, SpiderFoot is an invaluable tool that can save you time, uncover hidden information, and give you a competitive edge. Get ready to level up your web reconnaissance skills with Recon-ng, a tool that's like having a Swiss Army knife specifically designed for ethical hacking and penetration testing. While some of the tools we've covered so far are great for general OSINT gathering, Recon-ng is purpose-built for digging deep into websites, web applications, and the infrastructure that supports them. Think of it like this: you're a detective investigating a crime scene, and Recon-ng is your trusty toolkit, equipped with all the gadgets and gizmos you need to gather evidence, uncover clues, and piece together what happened. At its core, Recon-ng is a framework for web reconnaissance, providing a modular and extensible platform for automating the process of gathering information about websites and web applications. It achieves this through the use of modules, which are essentially plugins that perform specific tasks, such as discovering subdomains to uncover hidden subdomains that might host sensitive information or vulnerable services, harvesting email addresses to find email addresses associated with a domain name, identifying web technologies to determine the web servers, content management systems, and other technologies used by a website, finding files and directories to discover sensitive files, configuration files, and backup files that might be publicly accessible, and performing port scanning to identify open ports and running services on a web server, which can reveal potential attack vectors. Recon-ng's modular design makes it incredibly versatile, allowing you to customize your reconnaissance workflow and focus on specific areas of interest. But what truly sets Recon-ng apart is its ability to chain modules together, creating automated reconnaissance pipelines that can gather a wealth of information with minimal manual effort. For example, you could create a pipeline that starts by discovering subdomains, then uses those subdomains to harvest email addresses, and finally uses the email addresses to search for social media profiles. This ability to automate repetitive tasks frees up your time to focus on analyzing the data, identifying vulnerabilities, and planning your next move. Recon-ng also offers a range of features that make it an indispensable tool for ethical hackers and penetration testers, such as built-in reporting to generate detailed reports of its findings, a command line interface that provides a powerful and efficient way to interact with the tool, extensive documentation that covers everything from basic usage to advanced techniques, and active community support with an active community of users and developers who are constantly creating new modules and improving the tool. Whether you're a seasoned penetration tester or just starting your journey into the world of ethical hacking, Recon-ng is a powerful tool that can help you gather the information you need to assess the security posture of web applications and identify potential vulnerabilities. So there you have it. Your crash course on the top 7 OSINT websites that should be on every hacker's radar in 2025. From uncovering hidden connections to diving deep into the internet's underbelly, these tools offer a glimpse into the power of open source intelligence. But as I've emphasized throughout this video, with great power comes great responsibility. These tools are incredibly powerful, and it's crucial to use them ethically and legally. Remember, the information you uncover can have real-world consequences, so always prioritize responsible disclosure and avoid using these tools for any malicious activities. That being said, I encourage you to explore these websites, experiment with different tools, and see what kind of information you can uncover. The world of OSINT is vast and constantly evolving, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to discover the next big breakthrough in open source intelligence gathering.